Hello guys, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and welcome to the channel. We have another review for you today, and this is, as you've seen from the title, an update set from the wonderful company Pontos. Good old Kim doing his work again, and basically just really pleased this has finally turned up. I thought it had been lost in the post. The last tracking I saw for it was November the 4th, and today is November the 15th, and it just turned up. And if I look at the tracking, it still says November the 4th. It left Korea. Great. Good old British Parcel Force, eh? So anyway, this is the Pontos set for the Glow 2B gallery models. I can't remember the other one. 1/200 scale Yamato. Basically, it's a trumpeter kit. We all know that. And this has been worked on very hard by Kim, and was released only November the 4th. It was released, and it was sent to me from William over at King's Detailing, and I'll put some details down below for where you can order this set. You can exclusively order this set only from King's Detailing. I've done a review of the instructions because the instructions, William sent them to me before the kit was actually released. So we've had a look at the instructions. Go back and have a look at that and have a good look through, because I'm not going to go into detail on that again with this one. What we're going to look at here is the packaging, the parts, and what we're actually getting in the box. I've had comments, why do you show us the box? The reason I show you the box is because one of the most important things about a product, if you're buying it from the other side of the world, is how well they package it. So what I do, I get the packaging, I take the address label off, and you can see how it comes. Now we can hear that there's stuff moving around in there, so there could be some damage. There may be. I've seen on Facebook somebody's set arrived damaged, but we shall see. So that is why I show the box. Okay, obviously, you know, if it's sent to me in a bloody jiffy bag and it's all crushed and everything, then I will show you that as well. So just to show you that King's Detailing / Pontos are actually taking care and getting the box in a nice, delivering in a nice rigid cardboard box. Now obviously, because you can see me opening this now, I haven't actually looked in here at all. So we will get this open if we can. There we go. And inside here we can see we have the beautiful Pontos box. Now again, I was asked, why do you show the box? Why do you show around the sides of the box and everything? Because it's a product review. It's not just about what's inside the box that counts. The box tells you all about what you're getting. The box is like the company's shop front. So that's why I show this, the box. So we can see on here we have a lovely glossy box, which is a pain in the arse. There's the kit there, monochrome, that's the word I couldn't think of. So it's gallery models, Glow 2B and monochrome, all the same kit with a few differences in the instructions and stuff. So you can see here we've got CAD images, which is unfortunate. I'd rather see the real thing, of the actual model itself or what you're getting in the set. Having said that, there are images on the Facebook page of the actual model itself with all this attached to it. So you'll be very pleased. So what we're getting in here, we've got one wooden deck laser cut, CNC produced parts for 500, a wooden deck which is laser cut, CNC produced parts, there's 500 pieces, photo etch parts, we've got 8 sheets, resin parts 16 pieces, and dry transfers 1 sheet. Dry transfers all important because it's got the depth thing and everything on there. So looking around the box, we can see on the side here we have the more images here. We've got an image here of the deck, and there's some more images there of the paravanes and a winch, and that is where you order it from, that guy there. Exclusive sale by email to kinggang5512@gmail.com, visiting Facebook page King's Detailing. You basically send in the money via PayPal, and you get arrived. So there we are. So there's a gun barrel there with the blast bag, another image of the model, and then here we've got some 25mm guns. I think they're 25mm, and then we've got the dry transfer sheet there with all the deck position numbers and everything on there, and then we've got the aft gun position, aft guns, and then some other bits and pieces there, and our secondary turrets. I've actually got a 35th scale kit of that. I must do a review. And then we've got another gun barrel there. So, has my set arrived undamaged and perfect? It all feels very nice and tight. So here we have your typical Pontos instructions, which are, I love them. They take some work though. You've got to take it's everything is just they've packed it in as much as they can. So you know, here you've got, it's showing you your dry transfers, it's showing you your resin parts, it's showing you all your call outs, but it's also going on about building these bits and adding these parts and where to put your things, sinkholes, and you know, there's lots and lots to take in. Be very, very careful. It's not like an Airfix kit where you've got step 1, build the chassis, step 2, have the axles. It's everywhere. There's no structure to it. There's no sort of step 1, step 2, step 3. It's just when you do your paravanes, have a look there. When you do your barbettes, have a look there. When you're going to do your deck, have a look there. It's crazy. So, excuse me, there we go. So you can see over the page there, we have more there. But as I say, if you want to see the instructions, go back and have a look. You can see I've done a complete review of the instructions, and you'll see on there basically what they're all about. They are also available to download on the Facebook Yamato page in PDF. So there you are. If any of you aren't on the Facebook page and you'd like me to email you the PDF, if I can, I will. If I get inundated, I won't, because I can't spend all day sat on my computer sending out emails. Right, so here we have the box of parts. Now this is great. I love it when you get this foam, because this is perfect for your chipping and stuff. This is the perfect foam, so wonderful. Thank you for that, Kim. I'm saying Kim. William is, I don't know how this works, but William is the seller and Kim is the manufacturer. So Kim is Pontos and William is a guy who's, I don't know, contracted Pontos to make it. I don't know. So there we go. So here we have some resin printed parts. So we'll have a good look at these. So we've got our blast bags. Let's have a good look in here. Typical 3D printed, they feel sticky, but they are lovely. Very, very nice indeed. Really nicely done. You can see on there the detail on them is quite stunning. Very, very nicely done indeed. So they're going to be a major, I'm not even sure if the kit's got any, has it? I'm going to have to put these in the sunlight. They're all the same number, which is unusual, because on the Tacom kit the outer two were different because of the shape at the bottom. So maybe the Tacom turret is wrong. I don't know. There's a lot of talk on the Facebook page about the turrets. Here's the secondary blast bags. So they're very nice, and there's 2 lots of them. You can see there. So they're very nicely done. And then here we have, these are parts of our masts. Again, beautifully done. 3D printed, and they're going to go in between brass parts of your masts. So there should be 16 parts there. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17. Okay, maybe they're giving us a spare one of those. So there we are. So that's all our resin parts. Like I say, those secondary blast bags. Very, very nice indeed. You can see the wrinkled up material on the sides of them. Beautiful. I think once you use this set and build up the guns, I think the guns are going to be the, well, it's Yamato's thing, isn't it? But they are gorgeous. So here we have, I'm not going to get it all out. What I'll do is I'll show you the individual bags. But these are our turned brass parts. Apparently there's 500 of them, or 500 plus. So also, as I said in the instructions, it's worth remembering, when you look at these here, you can see on there are undercuts. And a lot of these parts are actually 2 or 3 parts in one. You can see there particularly. Let me single that part out for you. There we go. You can see on that part there, that is 2, 3 or 4 parts. Okay, so you have to cut them up. Best way to cut them, get a knife and just roll over them and it will cut through. But as usual with Pontos, beautifully turned brass parts. Really, really fine. Beautifully turned. But I would suggest, as I said before, when you get this set, which I will do today, go through it and check every single piece, because if you've got a part of it, like say one of these barrels is missing, okay, you can get in touch with Kim and he can send you a replacement. If you don't, if you just put it in your stash and then 2 years time you come to build the model, he may not be producing this set anymore and he won't be able to supply you with a replacement. So get through there, check everything, and I always mark the bag as well with what's in there, because on the list you can see on here everything is numbered. Okay, everything is numbered. These are all your turn brass parts, and there you can see what I'm talking about with having, there's 2, 4, there's 6 parts on there. And that's 25mm pedestals. There's 6 of them on one piece of brass, so you've got to slice them up. But go through, make sure it's all there, and if you have got anything missing or anything's bent or broken or whatever, get in touch with Kim and he'll sort you out. Where were we? So basically, you can see we've got lots of mast parts there, which are beautifully turned. Really, really nice. And then we've got our barrels. Get one of these out and have a look. They're ever so heavy. I can't see if they're rifled or not. I'm not even sure if they were rifled. Yes, they're rifled. So really, really nice. You won't be able to see the rifling on there, but very, very nicely done. So that's our main and our secondary gun barrels in there. Lovely, beautiful job. And then we've got some bollards and stuff here, paravanes. A lot of this stuff, the brass parts, they actually make up a complete replacement for the plastic parts. So it's really nice. You're not going to have like this plastic moulded paravane with a sink mark and a great seam around it, and just have some fiberglass photo etch fins to stick to it. You're actually going to make a complete new part from a turned brass paravane rather than have a lump of plastic. So very, very nice indeed, and you'll end up with loads of plastic parts for your spares box. But as you can see, lovely, lovely turned brass, really nicely done. It's actually very neat and tidy as well. Normally there's a few little bits of swarf in these bags, but nothing on here. And here we go. This will drive you absolutely round the bend. They are gun barrels, I think. You can see some of them are broken up, but as you can see on there, what you can't see, I'm not sure, but there's many, many separate pieces that you have to slice up. So that's going to drive you around the bend. It's like bloody pins. But we're going to have to get them out and count them, because we've got to make sure they're all there. So that's all our turn brass parts. Here we have our propellers or screws or whatever you want to call them. These are beautifully done. They actually look a lot nicer than they do on the box front. Here we go. So they are lovely, need to be toned down a bit for accuracy, but very, very nice, far nicer than any plastic parts. They are lovely, and there's 4 of those, luckily, because Yamato had 4 of them. So it'd be a shame if there was only 3, wouldn't it? Right, so let's have a look in here. We've got a bag here of photo etch, and I can see straight away that this end is slightly bent up. We're not going to worry about that. Not worried about that at all. All I worry about photo etch is creases. If I had a crease across there, I would be concerned, but I'm not going to worry about a very light bend, because that'll just pull out. So then, let's have a look at what we've got in here. So we have typical Pontos style, many bags, separate bags of photo etch. We've got our dry transfers there, which look very nice indeed. They look beautifully printed. Come out, please. Go. So we've got our dry transfers there, beautifully printed. You got, these are all your numbers. These are your bulkhead numbers, which are going to go down the side of the deck. And then you got your depth here, and then you got other symbols and stuff to go around the ship in various other locations. So very, very nice indeed. Something I haven't seen, which I wish they'd done. I wish they'd made a brass chrysanthemum. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? So then, let's start having a look at these photo etch sheets. So, first one's first. That's going to be all our walkways for our flight deck. Very nicely done indeed. And then we've got the little frames there for the little trolleys that the planes sit on. I believe they are completely missing in the kit. So you can't actually have a plane sat on the rails on the tracks. But there we go. We got some, looks like we got some racks for the boats. Is it? I'm not sure. There's lots and lots of parts in there I won't be able to identify because obviously when they're in flat sheet until they're folded up, you don't. It's sometimes not obvious to see what they are. So that's that one there. And then we've got this fret here. That was fret H. This is fret D. As you can see, this one's got a very slight bend on it. I'm not going to worry about that. So we've got some ladders here. It looks like they're going to be going up the funnel. Then we've got some armour plating there to go around the guns. So all very nicely done. There's bases there for our guns with the fold up arms around the side. Drop a solder down in there, they're going to look lovely. So very nice indeed. Can't see any faults with the etching at all. It's very, very beautifully done. As he says in his adverts, William says, you know, you add this, you've got a beautiful model, you add this, it's going to turn it into a masterpiece, as usual with the Pontos stuff. And here we've got very, very many tiny parts. Oh God, look at all those guns. You can see there's lots and lots and lots of them. It's very difficult to film photo etch, guys, because you either get reflection or not, so it's very, very difficult to film. I think probably the best thing to do is I'll put some photos up at the end so you can have a good look. But yeah, very nice indeed. That's the walls for the hangar deck there, and that is going to look great around the, you know, around the open part of the hangar at the back, because at the moment you've just got plain plastic, and obviously it wouldn't have just been a plain flat sheet, would it? So there we go. Excuse me. Then we have, here's the, is that the crane or the catapult? That's a crane, isn't it, I think? Well, no, it is a catapult. And then we've got some bases here for one of the stations. All very, very nice indeed. As I say, I'll do photographs at the end because this is very, very difficult because the light is reflecting. It's driving the camera crazy. But you can see here, I mean, there's the there's our radar, isn't it? I think there, radar positions. Now, I think what Kim's done with this is had a good look at the trumpeter kit, or the gallery models kit, whatever, and realised that, you know, it's not worth just making photo etch for the sake of it. So, you know, trumpeter have come a long way with their photo etch. Years ago, it was very thick, quite brittle, and not always the best. But it looks like the photo etch in the Yamato kit is very nice indeed. So when you got stuff like steps and ladders and other bits and pieces, it looks like Kim hasn't bothered to just make photo etch for the sake of it. So what you're doing here is you're using this alongside the photo etch that's in the kit, and then anything in the kit that's photo etched and not very nice, he's replacing. So here's we have a crane. There's one of the towers at the rear. So you can see here more tread plate for the bridge and everything. We've got here some tread plate to go around the front, around the anchors, and then we have, this is going to be the part of the funnel, and these are the grills that go down the side of the flight deck. They're really, really nice. It looks like he's missed out. There should be holes in them where the there's a hatch that goes down. Looks like he's missed them out. So you can see we've got some steps there. There we go. But as I say, very nice indeed. Now, we've got some deck parts here I can see. What I intend to do is fit these on. So this is part of the flight deck. Now you can see here we've got, this is a part, this is like a template, and it's showing you where the little vertical, like these vertical stiffeners here, these are going to go vertically up your barbettes, and this is showing you where they go, and there's all different numbers on there, so look closely at your instructions, because you'll see that, like here, it's got, for your number 1, okay, it's showing you here where the parts go, and you've got a blue line depicting where those parts, so the G number that's on there is the actual part that you're going to put on, the photo etch part, and the blue line is the number, the line you're going to use on there. Okay, so when you come to use this one, you use the same template, you get it left and right, front and back, but then you're going to use different blue lines. and then the same here when you come to the aft turret. So this is very well thought out, but you need to use a lot of care. But we've got this lovely brushed finish on here, like very, very shiny stainless steel, and I'm so glad he's used stainless steel. These are the grills that are going underneath for your what's it called? Not bilge. No, is it bilge keels? I can't remember now. But these are the stiffeners going at your barbettes. These look like template parts. As I say, I'm so glad he's used stainless steel because it's so much easier to put down and keep flat than brass. It's a lot more rigid, and also it's very, very sharp. But I did have a discussion with Kim that I didn't agree with this, and I thought the kit was correct because the kit, which I have over here, the kit part is flat and has no detail on it at all, which I thought was correct. But they have since shown me photographs that prove that there actually was, and these are not, it's not like tread plate. These are actually strips of steel welded down, and they're for grip when they're walking around on the deck or moving the planes around or whatever. But we can see on there that fits absolutely. Ignore this because that's not part of it, although it does fit beautifully. That's going to come out away from the deck, but we can see how perfectly that fits. My God, look at that. That is amazing. How the hell does he hold that tolerance? That's incredible. Look at the movement I've got in that. Look. I doubt you can even see it. It fits perfectly. I mean, that plastic pin there looks like it's been put on top, but it's not. It's part of the deck. Wow. That fits perfectly. So, that is actually wrong. That is actually right. So if you're into your accuracy, you need to get this set for that rear deck alone. So there we go, that's that. And we can put this deck, oh no, we won't put this deck away because we're going to have some other bits to look at, aren't we? We've got another stainless steel fret here. Oh, it looks like we've got one big bag now. Yes, we have one big bag with our wooden deck and everything in it, and it's all folded over. I hope and pray the wooden deck isn't damaged. So let's just slide this one out. Put that up there. And then we'll slide this one out. As I say, guys, get your set, go right through it, check for missing parts, check for damage. And if there is damage, I am sure, I don't know, but I am sure Kim will sort you out. Be careful not to damage these wooden decks. I wanted to see how these wooden decks fitted onto the, see that's got damage there, but luckily the part, you can see the part is popped out, but it's not actually damaged, so that's good. Kim, I think you need to bag up the wooden deck separately from the rest of it, because we cannot risk having this wooden deck damaged. I think you need to put the wooden deck, you know, together in a bag, perhaps a sheet of thin card or something, and then put the stainless steel on top of that, because if the stainless steel tears into the wooden deck, there's nothing you can do. It has to be replaced, and at the end of the day, it's only going to get you people wanting to get replacement parts. So there we go. So there's that beautiful flight deck there, and I don't have that piece out. That's not it there, is it? Okay, so even though that other piece fits perfectly, this is the upper flight deck. Yeah, and that's the lower flight deck. This is the hangar deck. So it fits there briefly, even though it's not even supposed to go there. But there we are. So that fits absolutely perfectly. Look at that, how it fits around everything. It's amazing. And unfortunately, I've got a dent there, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'll roll that out. That is unbelievable. We can see here the lines where we've got our walkways are going to go. We've got the separation there, separation line there, and then we've got the holes in here where our tracks are going to go. Something I did notice when I was looking at the instructions, when you go down to the hangar deck, which is here, the tracks finish inside. That is the hangar deck. I'll have to have a look. Okay, so glad I've messed that up completely. That actually goes over that part, so that is going to sit over this one and give you that step which you have. So it's going to give you the correct step from this part down to that part. Part of this deck was concrete apparently, but lots of rumours about whether it was concrete or not, or whether it was concrete on top or concrete underneath or whatever. I don't even know why they would have used concrete, but hey ho. So that's that deck there, and that fits on there absolutely beautifully. And again, I'm really pleased to see the use of stainless steel. That there, I've got a dent you can see in there. Not going to worry about that, it's right on the edge, and what I'll do is just roll something over the back of it and that will press that out. So that's okay. And at the end of the day, when it's painted, you won't even notice. You could probably actually just put a little bit of filler in there, but not going to worry about that. That looks like it's happened at the factory rather than in the packaging. So that's going to go over here out the way, because I don't want to put that back in with my wooden decking. So the wooden decking looks absolutely stunning. I have got the plastic parts here to try it, but unfortunately I can't try it because the yeah, look at the front side, Nigel. I can't try it because the I don't want to pop all of this out. Now apparently, in reality, the position of all these bits here are wrong. So if you're going to be modifying your model and making it all accurate and everything, you know, with these are 3mm out or something, you know, you might want to make your own wooden deck or make adjustments or whatever, I don't know. But basically, if you're just going to build the model out of the box, this is going to be a lovely wooden deck, and knowing Pontos, it's going to fit absolutely perfectly. There are other decks out there. One of them had issues with fit. I believe that company has sorted themselves out now and got the fit perfect, but there we go. But we can see on here the beautiful, it really smells, it's very, very nice. You can see the beautiful detailing on there. We've got all the correct planking where it, you know, cuts into the wood around the edges there. So very, very nicely done. So there we are. You've got the positions here for the gun mounts. Now that might be an issue for some of you, because I've got a feeling one of these is wrong, isn't it? But I think it depends on what period you're building the ship. The question I ask myself as well, is Yamato actually responsible for a single fatality in the war of an enemy soldier, seaman, whatever? I don't think it is it? So here's the this is the rear deck. So this is going to go into the, that is going to fit onto there like so, like that. So that's going to fit on there, lovely. And then we've got these little bits and pieces here, and those little strips of wood that Paul had so much fun with on his 3/50th scale. And they're little like ramps, little raised areas that go around here. You can see where they've marked here where they go. So they're like little, I don't know what they're for. I'm sure somebody will tell me. But very nicely done indeed. It's all pre-cut and everything, so you've just basically taken it out of the paper. And then here we have the foredeck. So that is going to go basically up front, and then here we've got loads and loads of spare wood, which is good for if you mess up. So we'll get that over there. I'll put this all away afterwards. And then here finally we have a very large, once again, stainless steel fret with a tiny bit of damage on it that I'm not going to worry about. We can see there, that's all looking lovely. So we've got the foredeck there. I've actually got the plastic part here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. So I can show you how that looks. So that is going to go, there's bits to be removed, I think, that it won't go over, but basically that is going to sit over your foredeck like so. Yeah, there's bits there that need to be removed, but it's a perfect fit. And you've got that lovely, on here you have the plastic moulding for the tread plate, whatever it is, which is very, very nice, but it's nothing like as nice as that. I could almost cut my finger on that. That's like sandpaper. It's very, very sharp. And then here we've got, this is the deck I thought we were looking at earlier. That is the lower flight deck, the aft deck. So very, very nice indeed. And then we've got these plates going around the sides here for the they're going to go around the edges of there, so they're going to sit in there. Again, you've got that beautiful plate mold etched on rather than this plastic stuff molded on. So one concern I have is those grills don't seem to have those doors. It's only because I know those doors are supposed to be there, so we shall see. But basically, on the whole, I'm over the moon with this. It's very, very nice. I'm very, very pleased to see they've got stainless steel for the aircraft tracks and the boat tracks here. Because the brass ones are a complete and utter nightmare to keep straight, whereas the stainless, the one thing that people don't like about stainless steel is it's difficult to bend and it's quite springy. So when you want a part that's difficult to bend and quite springy, hey, it's perfect. So it's going to be much, much better. The only thing I have noticed, they don't give you any tracks to go inside the hangar. So if you're going to have your hangar doors open and have an aircraft sat in there, you'll have to use the brass tracks from the kit. But having said that, if you don't go buy this set, you've got no trolleys to put your aircraft on anyway. So you can't actually put your aircraft in the hangar deck anyway. So there we go. But that's it, guys. That has basically been a review of this set. As I say, it's $365 from this guy here. It's on here, I'll show you again. And this guy here, if you email him, he will send you back a quote. But it's basically, it's $365 plus $30 postage, so it's $395 all in. People in Australia and America got theirs in a couple of days. I've waited 11 days. So the UK, it got to the UK very quickly, I believe, and then it's just sat in the UK's rooms because it's the UK and everything's broken and nothing works and everybody's striking. But there we go. So there we are. That's been a review of that set, guys. Any questions, please put them down in the comments below and I will try and answer them as good as I can. If you want to see anything in more detail, then I can. But what I'll do in the meantime, I'll put some photographs up, some music, and you can sit back and enjoy. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now. Okay then, guys, just a quickie before we have the photos and the music. I talked about with these plates here, I was concerned with these plates here that there was no hatches in there. And there are hatches, you can see them there next to them. Okay. What I'm really pleased about, thank you Kim, well done, he hasn't made a hole in this part for the hatch to go over. And the reason I'm pleased about that, if you look here, he's got the actual hatch on the outside, but there's some controversy over which side they go on, whether they're on the inside or the outside. So you can do your own research and put them where you want. If you've got the Tamiya kit, you have to put them where the Tamiya kit says they have to go. But I remember Paul discussing this with me, and it kind of looks like they're on the wrong side if you look at photographs of Yamato in reality. So, but then was Musashi different? Because I think the picture of the deck that shows that part is Musashi, not Yamato. But anyway, there you go. So thank you, Kim. I should have known better than to think you missed something out.